Om Appayantu Mamangani Bak Pranas Chakshu Shotram Atha Balam Indriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Mahang Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarod Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranamastu Tadatmani Nirateja Upanishatsu Dharma Te Mahi Shantu Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om. May all the functions of our minds, the works of our bodies and the activities of our senses please the Almighty Brahman who is described in the Vedanta. May we not forget Him. May we realize His presence in us. May we not be forsaken by Him. May all divine qualities adorn our souls and bring peace to our minds. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today we have our topic again, stress management. We have, the other day we have thought about this stress and tried to find its solution as Vedanta taught us with Swami Vivekananda's bold ideas to assert the divinity, to assert the positive attitude, and that can help us to overcome the strain and stress of life. But today we'll think in another line, if we can, to find some spiritual solution to manage this stress. As we have already talked about, the stress, to define stress. Stress is when we get overwhelmed. Stress is when we cannot handle the situation. So stress is, medically, if we look at that, stress is any demand which is placed on your brain or physical body, that is called stress. Multiple competing demands, when it comes to one's thought, it sometimes makes them stressed out. The feeling of being stressed out can be triggered by an event that makes one feel frustrated and nervous. So these are every day we understand what is the stress because we go through these stages. Stress is such, if we pull one piece of metal in both directions, then its stress test. It can go on up to a certain length. A point comes, it becomes unbearable, and it snaps ultimately. That is the point when we feel stressed out. We have certain power within us, and we can handle up to certain limit. But when it goes to certain extent, which is beyond our limit, we cannot handle it anymore. And as a result, we become stressed out, strained, and its reactions gradually come in our life. I think, is our other room working?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, that stress may be of different levels. We may be in physical level, mental level, and also in spiritual level. Spiritual strains also are there. People, when they practice spiritual discipline, it's called divine stress. is going on, I'm doing practice and nothing happening, there also may be stress. As is the culmination of this strain and stress ultimately leads frustration, depression. And spiritual depression also comes. It is not depression though. People feel, even Ramakrishna wanted to kill himself. What is that? Ordinary case, people when get too much depressed, where they go? They ultimately lose all strength on himself or herself, and then ultimately moves in such a direction, feels the uselessness of the body. But that same thing can happen in spiritual realm, but that is called divine stress, and that is good, though it apparently is bad. But anyhow, the stress in life is a journey, and through the suffering and joy, restlessness and peace, everyone will have to move through it. There is no freedom of anyone. No one born in the world can say that I will have only joy, only happiness, only peace. That is impossible to get it. Its opposite will be there. And more in our life we know, the positive rather than negative is more. Joy and suffering, more of suffering rather than joy. That is our daily experience. Every being will have to handle these challenges of facing these problems of insecurity. Every time we feel death, disease, old age, bereavement, loss, everyone will have to face these challenges, today or tomorrow. No one can feel that I am secured. In which level you are secured? You are driving the car, you are not secured. You do not know when an accident may happen. You are flying in the plane, you do not know when it is secured. Only security is where? There is one place where is permanent security. In God only. So, in every phase of our journey, we face these challenges. Every moment we are dying, feeling that death is an inevitable end of all. Every day, as we are becoming old, we are more concerned about our body and disease and pain. When two people sit together, we start talking about our only health and health. What is the blood pressure, what is the disease, what is this. So this is and it goes on. When it goes to a limit, then it becomes frustrating. And we all know bereavement and loss is how much it acts on the mind and depresses us. And as a result, when we face these challenges, then what happens? Naturally, our worries comes, fear comes, anxiety comes. And ultimately, that leads us to stress, mental stress and strain. And that brings depression, and depression goes to worst situation, the feeling of meaninglessness of this life. People, that's why I say, when if one comes and tells you that, oh, I am feeling meaningless in this life, I don't feeling any meaning of life, I like to commit suicide even. That suicidal tendency comes. Only we find, we all human being adult have this stress. And no one can say, I do not know what is stress. But only the children can say, I do not know what is called stress. This is the unique thing, parallelly we can observe in the universe. How a child is fearless, fear is there, but when security, he or she knows there is a point of security. And there he is free. And child, that is the major point. The children do not know what is stress, though they may feel fear and insecurity. Feeling of insecurity and fear is there. When the baby does not find the mommy. Somebody to take care is not there, that is the only point. They cry out. That is instant action. Because they know that the someone is there to take care of me. Anything happens, that's why they cry. Excessive pain, the children will also go through. That pain, that's why pain, they also cry in the pain. We also cry. But they don't suffer because they don't carry on. They don't brood on upon that. When suffering, pain is pain, but suffering, as it is said, suffering is optional. But for us it is a must, because we feel the pain and we then continue on the pain, aggravate the pain by our own volition. But the children does not do that, that's why that babies are free. So the babies do not suffer long because they do not opt for willful brooding over the pain. Whereas we feel that pain and also the suffering. And the suffering, too much suffering, ultimately leads to the goal of frustration. That two reasons the children don't feel, because of this one point, that the pain, when it comes, the baby suffers, cries. When it is gone, free. They live in the moment. But we live in past and future. Our problem is living always in the past or in the future. So we also, in our life, we feel secure. Even in the dire problem, when we are facing big challenges, even if we know that there is some powerful person behind me, then we feel secured. Our tension reduces. So we do not remember this point. That's why we suffer too much, and our anxieties and worries leads to this frustration, because we forget that pain is unavoidable, but suffering is optional. But we choose the optional thing more, along with the pain. Pain is there, undoubtedly, but we prefer that, not consciously, but unconsciously. So, this is the point. That's why Bhagavan Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita said that who is the person who will be my devotee? Says, Yasmat naudvijate loko, lokan naudvijate chaja, harsha marsa bhayo udvegain mukta, jasa chame priyo. Here he says, that person is free from harsha, excitement, amarsa, its opposite, depression, bhayo, fear, udvega, anxieties. Who is free from all this, he is my devotee. Who does not create agitation in the mind of others, or who is not agitated by the external. That means it is not giving us very clear picture that one day there will be no problem for us. It is rather throwing a challenge before us. Your problem will remain all through your life. Are you capable of overcoming it, or you are becoming a part of it and becoming totally imbued into it? So harsha and amarsa, joy and its opposite, excitement and its downgrade opposite ideas will be there. Fear will come in life, udveg, anxieties will come, but are we trying to be free from it? And then will come the point how we can free ourselves. But first of all, let us feel that we are in problem. Unless we know that we are in problem, we cannot find the solution, and we cannot take the recourse to the measures how we can be free from these problems. So this ideal condition is that when one is not troubled by the world, that means trouble is there, but one will not be troubled by the world. So here is the power of the mind, strength of the mind, power of the mind, and which is innate in us. How we can develop, that is a different thing, but that power is with us. And when I also don't create trouble to others. So both ways, that is the changing the character, and character is power. Character is strength. Character is rising above the situation. That beautiful statement of Einstein, that you want to solve the problem, you cannot do it remaining in the same level of consciousness. You have to come out of that. Einstein says no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. So the problem when in that level it is created, one must have to come out, jump out of that. The problem will be there, remaining in the problem, I cannot solve the problem. You have to have a bigger outlook, come out of that situation. So Ramakrishna then talked about the solution. Solution is, Sri Ramakrishna talked about two types of mindset which human beings have. One is that, he talked about the nature of a kitten and the nature of a monkey, baby monkey. Both are trying not to fall down and to be secured and to be protected. Both are trying that. One, the baby monkey is trying to hold on to mother, and mother is carefree. She can jump anywhere she likes, but it is the responsibility to the baby to hold on, and lest he falls down. So this life's problem is there, but to hold on by his own, which may be called as Purushakara, by our own effort. We discussed that point the other day about how we can go into that level where the external obstacle will be there, but I, with my effort, I will do, as Swami Vivekananda says, to bring out the potentiality within you, to think that you are the maker of your own fortune, you are the maker of your own destiny, you can change it, and you have the power to do that. So that is one way. It is the nature of a monkey, baby monkey. And Ramakrishna talked about the another level, is the kitten. Given the kitten, wherever the mother takes the kitten and puts, and the baby cries there. Mew, 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 mew. Any trouble, Ramakrishna said, the mom may put in a dirty place, the baby cries mew, mew. And the baby is put into the very nice bed, of a sophisticated bed. There, the baby remains and cries mew, mew. So this is another way. So Ramakrishna's suggestion that two ideas are there. Either you take this idea or that idea. Actually, this attitude, we like to focus today on this attitude of a kitten. How one can really free oneself from the stress and strain of life by focusing on something divine, something cosmic. There is a cosmic plan, cosmic design, and the cosmic play going on, and let us surrender. Let us give all our attention to that power. There is a song to say that is everything is auspicious. If only, O Lord, if I don't forget you. Seishe Mangal Jodi na bhuli tumare. O Lord, that will be all auspiciousness. Hey, take her in the back seat. A back seat. So this attitude of the kitten is a surrendering attitude. It is a bhakta attitude of a devotee. He likes to see that this world is a cosmic play going on, and we are here to strengthen ourselves. We are here to mature ourselves, to rise above the problems of life. We are to work in a different way. In the level, suppose you go to take a dip into ocean. So if one thinks that all the waves will subside and then I will take a dip, that's a good wish, but the waves will never stop and the bathing will be remaining in your wish only. But in life will be any time free from worries, anxieties and tension, and then I will think of God, then I will do my other things. Let all the problems solve first. It will not be like that. We will have to take a dip in the midst of so much of turmoils and tribulations. That's why there are two ways, as I always repeat that idea, to take a dip in the ocean. Either you have the courage, big wave is coming, you just ride over it and you see how you swim above and the wave went away. And another is that you bow down your head and let it go over your head. According to one's mental attitude and strength, one may follow either of these. But majority of the people, when even with strong mind, sometimes we fail to understand that it is not possible that I can face this challenge. Let us surrender. And that surrender attitude is that when you bow down to the cosmic will. Sri Ramakrishna one day tested Swami Sarvadevananda, and he was just in the ecstatic mood. He was sitting on his shoulder, and afterwards he said, I was testing how much load you can carry. Then what is the load? Load of the whole Ramakrishna order. It's the formative period. He became the general secretary of this whole order. And the stress and strain. In addition, to live with Holy Mother, not Holy Mother is no problem, but all those who are around Holy Mother, that everyone is very difficult to live with them. And Swami Sarvadevananda will have to handle all their problems, starting from their marriage to their psychological problem, to sending them to some place, bringing them to... And Sarvadevananda Swami was so calm and serene, like undisturbed personality. Where did it come? Sri Ramakrishna tested and made him that type of personality who can bear all the stress and strain of the Ramakrishna order, so many monks, formative period, starting the organization, and also the problems of household problems, selling the property, purchasing this, running a magazine, writing books, printing it, taking care of all the people who were near Bagh Bazar. There are many widows. They have no place to go. He was their resort. And they support, and they will keep their money. He will keep everyone's account, how much money in their account, when they need, he will supply. So he is a huge responsibility with all peace and joy. And where comes this power? That is the overcoming stress. There is no stress in the life. As if more load you can do. Swami Vivekananda one day, there was a story you all know. Swami Vivekananda one day started scolding Swami Sarvadevananda for some thing which has happened. And then Swamiji, when he is scolding, Swamiji is a fiery person. When he speaks fire. When he scolds also, he also speaks fire. And it's very difficult to stand in that time. But he scolded him right and left for a long time. But Sarvadevananda, calm and serene. And afterwards he got exhausted. Swami Vivekananda got exhausted and said, what? Am I speaking to a piece of wood or a stone? That you have no response of anything? Have you had cold blood like that of mud fish. You have no blood that gets heated up and then get out. So he failed to scold him and make him agitated, and then he said, get out. So Sarvadevananda went away. When Sarvadevananda left, then Swami Vivekananda said, see how he is so calm? He said, he is calm because he has kept the infinite, that infinite fathomless truth. He is tuned to that consciousness. That's why he is not disturbed by the ripples, whatever is created here. He didn't say, I'm not quoting him, but he said that he has kept the infinity with him, that's why he is so calm. That means the ripples and waves does not bother if he is calm like Pacific, infinite Pacific Ocean. So this is the point, that one can develop that state of stress-free life. Everything is happening, but he is stress-free. How one can do that? Mother's will. Anything happens, what he does not put any judgment. Anything Holy Mother says, oh, Mother has said, that's final. There is no question. So to take the dictate of the divine will, we fail to do that. In everyday's life, there are problems and there are solutions. Every day, whenever we can surrender our mind and soul to the divine will, then instantly the solution comes in a different way and we can be stress-free. But we don't learn that lesson and we cannot apply that in our day-to-day life. That is our problem. Holy Mother said, one should have the patience, the enduring capability, like that of the Mother Earth. Prithivir moto sojjo gun chai. Oh my child, oh my daughter, you should have patience. How much patience we have? We have little, very little patience. And if anything goes against our wish, then we immediately flare up. So the question is that, no, there is a cosmic plan, cosmic will, it has a meaning. Let me understand this. Let me be humbled at the will of the divine. Holy Mother said, in your happiness and in your misery, in your pleasure and in your pain, know for sure that there is a mother for you. This mother is not a foster mother, but it is a real mother, mother of this life and other life also. So this type of words are so consoling in our difficulties and struggles. If we can just remember this, that there is a divine mother behind me. Yes, this is problem, but she is behind me. Like a baby becomes very restful in the lap of the mother, protected. So in our life, we can be really secure and feel that type of freedom and joy, thinking that there is somebody higher, nobler, bigger, by whose will the whole world moves on. There is Swami Vivekananda composed this beautiful poem, which is called the Amba Stotram, the hymn to the Divine Mother. What the line starts? Ka tvang shubhe shivakare shukhadukka haste aghurnitang bhavajalang pravalar mubhangai shanting vidhatum nihaking bahudha vibhagnam mata prajatna paramasi sadaiva vishve. Meaning, ka tvang shubhe, oh mother, who are you? All auspiciousness. See, this is the faith of a devotee who takes surrender, who knows, the kitten knows that the mummy has put me here for my good, finish, for my protection. Mom has put me today in a pleasurable place, happy environment, today in a difficult circumstances and different situation. It is, she knows what is good for me. She has done it for my well-being. Oh, that's why he's praying, oh mother, Katvam, who are you, mother? Shubhe, all auspiciousness, all compassion and love. Sukha-dukkha haste, and you have as if two arms. One is giving pleasure or happiness, another is suffering and pain. In these both arms, what you are doing, aghurnitang bhavajanam. You are churning the ocean of this world. This world is like ocean, and you are churning that with your both arms, with happiness and misery, this duality. And creating prabala urmi bhangai, the huge torrential waves and forms. To what? Shanting vidhatum, to endow peace and harmony in the life of all. Look at that, the attitude. Swami Vivekananda is such a Vedanta student, is talking about, see, it is the deepest devotion to give peace, to bring peace and harmony into the world. Shanting vidhatum, king bahudha vibhagnam. You wanted to break it into pieces and to restore again its normal peace. Mata prajatna paramasi. You are making that effort, O mother, sadaeva, all the time in this play of this universe. In this play, you are just to give us peace and perfection. You are creating in this. So suppose this is the attitude if one can take in life. When happiness comes, we look at it differently. We enjoy because we expect that. But we do not know who is behind this happiness. Who is bringing suffering. We avoid suffering. We also don't want that anyone should suffer. But suffering is not coming from some devil. It is the work of the same mother who nurtures us, sustains us, puts us into joy and blessings. At the same time, it is her activity. It is ceaseless action of the one divine power that is called, we call here mother. So, this beautiful myth verse, you can read, you will find that this birth and death and this suffering, it is said that manifestation of mother's glory is where? In power of immeasurable power of might, where the death and birth and forces of changes, breaking the unchanged into change and again bringing into that unchanged situation. This is the play of the mother. That's why Ramakrishna said that this world is mother's play. And if one knows this is mother's play, how stress will come? Sri Ramakrishna, that everything is good, as it were, in this play, if it comes from mother, everything is for my good. Everything is for my benefit and spiritual growth. You remember that story? There was one time a prince and what is called minister's son. They are all two friends. Both of them took horse ride, and entered into the forest for the hunting. And in that point when they entered into the forest, both of them lost track. They were together. Then suddenly, going through the forest, this minister's son, his friend, while going, he went through some thorny area, and his hand, and the prince, his hand was bleeding severely. And seeing that bleeding, that minister's son, she said, "Oh, whatever God does, it is all for our good." And naturally, his friend is bleeding, and this minister's son is saying, whatever God does, it is for good. And then the prince, he got really mad. He said, "What? I am bleeding and you are saying that it is all good. It is all good. God is all good." Then he thought that what to do. So he planned a very bad plan. So when they are riding together, and they are passing through a place where there is a big well, so he pushed him, and the minister's son, naturally unconscious, so he fell down into the well. And naturally you can believe that he fell down into the well, and it is so deep. And it is so he just dropped into the well, and then the prince said, "Oh, whatever God does, it is all good." Because now you are saying that I was bleeding, it is all God good, He did, God is good. So now you fall down into the ditch and no one will pull you up. All God's good. Then he ridiculed and he went to the horse ride, went back. And when he was going, he was caught by some kapalik. Kapalik means there are some people who used to have that type of worshippers. They used to slaughter for do some sacrifice, human sacrifice, but a part of their spiritual attainment or getting powers. So they were searching for some person who will be suitable for that, and who can be the best person other than a prince. He is all perfect. So they are so happy they caught him and then took him to the sacrifice. So he was taken, and he was taken all shower and everything was done, and he was putting the vermilion and whatever their mantra, etc., and his head was put to be chopped off. Now the priest comes, and priest came and found that he has scratches in the body and it was bleeding, so it is not yet cured. And he said, "What? You are offering this who has a cut in his body? If you have to offer, you have to offer where there is no such damage in the sacrifice. Sacrifice object should be pure and perfect. So you brought him, get out." So then they released this prince, being unfit to be worshipped or offered to the Mother Kali or something. And then he remembered his friend. My God, my friend said that, I was bleeding, it was God's will. It's for everything is for God. Everything is for our good. Then I didn't understand. So what? He was repenting, how brutal I am. I threw him into the well and I came here. It's bad. So he first remembered to go back to his friend. So he took the horse and then turning back, and with long search he found out, and he went to the friend, and from he could not climb because it is such a deep well. The minister's son was hiding there, and very dirty water, it is not used by anyone, so it is unhealthy situation, but he was enduring. And he went and said, "Brother, please forgive me, because everything is done for the good of me. You said I didn't understand, but now I see that I was caught by these priests and they were going to offer me. But because of this piece of wound, they don't accept me and then return. So, yes, God has done so much. Please forgive me." And then he helped the friend to come out of the ditch and then went back. But this prince, this king's, the princess, my minister's son, when he get up, he said, "Don't be apologetic. Whatever God does is for the well-being." But why? I was so brutal that I threw you. You said the truth, but I didn't understand that, and I threw you into the ditch, and you are saying everything is good. But yes, just remember, had we been together, so they would have caught us. And really so, you will be taken and you will be said, "Get out," because you have some wound. But what for me? I would have been slaughtered. So you see, whatever God does for the good of us. So this is the conviction of the boy who is a young man of the same category. But see how, this is an example, this is a story very much used in the story of when you talk about the surrender and God's will, sometimes it is quoted. But look at that, how it is free from tension and anxiety. Look at that. We are talking about stress management. So what is the management he did? He knew, he has a firm conviction, whatever is done for my good. There is someone like mother, the divine mother, divine consciousness, who is for my well-being only. Bad, good, whatever comes in life, it is for my well-being. That conviction. What it happened when he was just thrown into the well, he didn't murmur. Although he has the pain, falling into the ditch, all the suffering, what he has gone, but his mind was peaceful. And when he came back, he thanked God because of that action of throwing him into the ditch. So see, stress management, how it happened to a person who surrenders his everything to God. So problem will not go away. Not that this pain of falling into the ditch or injuring the body or aches and pains go away, but mind was so peaceful and it was perfectly in his own dignity, as it were, and believing into the presence of the divine. So this is one idea that we can really surrender ourselves to the will of God. So it is Swamiji's idea, as he has said, that you are to think that everything is mother's will. How is it? Ramakrishna, the one boy was holding a grasshopper, and he took a piece of broomstick and was putting this broomstick through his body, all through. And you can understand the poor grasshopper, how much is the pain. And Ramakrishna, in other time, he would have cried. But seeing that time, he clapped his hand. Oh Rama, you are doing your own trouble. You are creating your own trouble. You know, in that trouble, it is who? In the same reality here, same reality there. It is a Vedantic idea, but it is how to overcome is a great indication that we can surrender to the will of the divine in our movement of life, every movement of life. It does not come though, because we have our ego. We try to think that I will be doing everything. Yes, but we do. After that, at least a point should come when we feel that the wings of the bird should feel tired. No. To solve the problem with the whatever God-gifted capability, we should have to do that. But at the same time to know, if it is not solved by me, but there is a will of the divine, and that is for my spiritual benefit, my good and my perfect state to attain that peace. That is the way God is taking me, in this way. So Swami Vivekananda, in that poem, he has mentioned in another poem that, oh mother, bless me. Perchance the child had glimpse of shades behind the scenes, with eager eyes and strained, quivering forms, ready to jump in front and be even resistless strong. Who knows but mother, how and where and when they come? Perchance the shining sage saw more than he could tell. Who knows what soul and when the mother makes her throne? What law would freedom bind? What merit guide her will? Whose freak is greatest order, whose will restless law? To child may glories open, which father never dreamed. May thousandfold in daughter her powers mother stored. So that is the mother's will, who knows how mother plays. That is the Swami Vivekananda's another poem where he has mentioned it is the mother playing in which way we don't understand. But we have to think that it is his will, and if we can take that result, then our all other stress which we carry can be reduced. So this is the another approach, that thinking that there is a divine mother behind me, there is a divine play going on. This whole universe is like big play, and he or she is playing, being in everyone, inspiring everyone for good. And that's why mothers play, mothers play, mothers play. How to understand that in happiness and misery? You see, we get frustrated when we talk about the present condition of the world, how much fighting is going on, killing is going on, why this, why that. There's one point to get frustrated and really lost into it. If you have something to do, do. But if not, then we're getting strained and stressed out. But look at Swami Vivekananda. He went to visit the Kashmir. When Kashmir, after visiting, he with MacLeod and others were there together, Nivedita and others, to see that Kshir Bhavani temple, the temple of Holy Mother. And it was destroyed during Muslim aggression, and Mother is being worshipped in the water, it's lying, there is no roof, everything is damaged. Then Swami Vivekananda was thinking, why this? There was no one to protect this temple, no one to protect the Mother's image here. But, see, the divine voice came. You protect me or I protect you. If I wish, I could have immediately here a 7-storied golden temple can be created by me just now. So it is my will. So then, that transformed Vivekananda's all attitude of activity. Ramakrishna put Holy Divine Mother injected into Vivekananda to do this massive work of his preaching of Vedanta and this purpose of Ramakrishna's coming. But again, a turning point came. That is the turning point when Vivekananda, after that, wrote that beautiful historic letter to MacLeod, to whom he wrote? Joe, to Joe. Say, what he wrote? The leader Vivekananda, preacher Vivekananda, orator Vivekananda, gone. Now is that same child, young boy, is a boy who is to sit at the feet of the master and listen with all rapt attention. That boy, it is all mother's play. Who am I? Before my lecture or my action, I had my ego. Before, I may have pride, but it is now all disappearing. It is only mother and mother and mother. See, the responsibility of the world is gone. We take so much of responsibility in our life and we cry and weep for that. But when we can really understand it is the mother's play going on, you do your duty, hands off and brain off. Then comes the ancient sage, I quoted the other day, I like that. What is this ancient Chinese proverb? Last time I quoted. That is the thoughts, the birds fly overhead. This you cannot stop. That they build a nest on your hair. This you can prevent. Now we are sitting, birds may go up over our head. We cannot stop that. Thoughts will come, problems will come, all these insecurities will come, death will come, bereavement will come. We cannot stop those things. But let it not sink and create a nest in the head and create tension and give it to mother. If we have mother idea, get there or stand out of the problem. This is happening in the body mind. I am not Vedantic way. So I think this is another way of approach to manage stress in our day-to-day life, thinking there is a cosmic will, there is a cosmic power, and I am only just a speck, a dust in that cosmic drama. billions and trillions of stars and galaxies. And you and me, my problem, I understand, I do, and go on fighting and snapping. What is this? One can enjoy only the peace if one can see this divine play going on, and play your role, hands off. No pressure on the head. Let the brain be free from all stress and strain by thinking that it is mother's play. Thank you all. Om Tameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Bandhuscha Shakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Kayena Vacha Maneshandiyirva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Shabhavat Karumi Yajjat Shakalang Parasmai Narayaneti Samarpayami. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thou art my mother, my father art thou. Thou art my friend and my companion. Thou art my knowledge and wealth. Thou art my all in all, O God of gods. Whatever we do, through our body, speech, mind, senses, intellect, soul, or through innate natural tendencies, all that we dedicate as an offering to the Supreme Lord. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all.